Sarah, my fiancé is coming to my house tomorrow to say hello. I want you to clean the house today. The bathroom, the kitchen, every nook and cranny must be spotless. Okay, sis. I'll do it when I get home from work. You're still the same roughneck, aren't you? Huh? It's only natural for you to entertain your sister's fiancé. He's an elite guy working for a prestigious company. Make sure you don't embarrass me no matter where he looks. So, what time is he coming? Huh? That's none of your business. No, it's none of my business. I'll have to serve tea and stuff on the day. I'll have to be properly dressed to greet him. Don't tell me you're planning to be there too. He's coming to greet my family, you know. What? I'm your little sister. He's going to be my brother-in-law. I have to say hello to him. You know, you're supposed to be my sister, but I don't consider you family. What? Because you and I are not blood related. That's true, but... Actually, when my father and your mother got married, you should have left this house right away. My father is such a softie. He raised you as his daughter, but he only wanted to marry your mother. He didn't want you as a stepdaughter. You don't deserve to be here. You should at least realize that. Well, you know what? I tried to leave on my own many times, but you held me back, didn't you? If I leave, there'll be no one to take care of the house. You said I'm going to make it hard for my mother. You're right. I don't want to lose my handyman. Then what do you want me to do? On the day your fiancé is coming, should I leave the house? No, you can stay. But when you're done serving him tea, I want you to go back to your room. Oh, you don't count as family, understood? My name is Sarah. I'm a 27-year-old office worker. My parents divorced when I was young. I lived with my mother for a while. When I was in the 3rd grade of elementary school, my mother remarried. I started to live with my new father. My sister, Karen, was his daughter. My stepfather treated me affectionately, as if I were his own daughter, so I quickly became friends with my stepfather. The only problem was that his daughter, Karen, had a nasty temperament. She intentionally soiled my favorite clothes. After she sent me on errands, she would lock the door to prevent me from entering the house. She would harass me when my parents were not looking. She must have thought that I had taken her father away from her. At first, I thought so and forgave her, but her harassment escalated day by day. She began to use me like a servant. I couldn't take it anymore. When I was a university student, I decided to leave home and live on my own. However, Karen was vehemently opposed to my leaving home. Until then, Karen had always played around and did not take care of the house at all. I had been helping my mother with the housework. So I think that she didn't want the burden to be on her if I leave the house. Meanwhile, Karen decided to get married. The day before the wedding, her fiancé was coming to greet her family. Karen insisted that I was not family, and she ordered me to behave as a servant. My gut was boiling, but if I disobeyed Karen, I knew that she would harass me again. So I thought I would do as she said, just serve tea and disappear. But because of Karen's marriage, my life changed so drastically. At the time, I had no idea what would happen to my life.
Good morning, Karen. I'll be on my way there soon.
Kevin, good morning, handsome.
I'm still nervous about going to your parents' house to say hello.
Don't worry about it. My mom and dad are really looking forward to your visit. After all, you're an elite. The whole family will welcome you with open arms.
No, I'm just an office worker. I'm not an elite person.
That's not true. My friends say, Karen's on the top of the ladder. They envy me.
By the way, do you have siblings?
Siblings?
I've prepared some gifts, but I'm afraid there won't be enough.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm an only child.
So, you're a family of 3?
Oh, but I think I have a housekeeper at home.
A housekeeper?
Well, she lives with us and works for us.
So, she's like a family then?
No, she's a complete stranger, so don't mind her at all.
Well,
You don't even have to say hello. Kevin, thanks for coming to say hi today. My parents were happy to see you too. Tomorrow is finally the wedding day, handsome. I'm going to wear a gorgeous wedding dress. I'm so excited now.
Karen, I want to confirm something before the wedding.
What's that?
The person you call the housekeeper, she's not really a housekeeper, is she?
What? What's wrong with you all of a sudden?
She was someone I knew. You lied about the housekeeper thing, didn't you?
Someone you knew? I think you've got the wrong person.
Don't play dumb with me. She's your sister, right?
No, I told you I'm an only child.
Karen, I'm sorry I didn't tell you before, but I actually know someone who knows about your family. He knows that you have a sister.
Oh, really?
But I didn't know if she lived with you or not. That's why I asked you if you had siblings. For some reason, you lied and said you're an only child. How can you treat your sister like a housekeeper? What the hell is going on? If she's your sister, why didn't you introduce her to me?
She doesn't deserve to be introduced.
What?
She's my sister, but she's my housekeeper. We're not even related.
Huh?
My sister and I don't look alike at all, right? Unlike me, she's boring, slow, and a really dull woman. My original parents divorced when I was little. My father remarried my current stepmother. That woman is my stepmother's daughter. So, it's strange that she stays in our house.
Huh? Isn't something funny what you're saying? Because your parents remarried, their daughters would be sisters. Even if she's your stepsister, don't you think it's natural to welcome her into the family?
No, my father wanted to marry my stepmother. He didn't really want the daughter. I am the only daughter in this family, and that's more than enough. In other words, my sister has to leave the house. Or, if she wants to stay, she should work as a servant. Kevin, when we get married, you can use my sister as much as you want.
Then I'll cancel our engagement.
Huh?
I just went to greet your parents, but I can't marry you, Karen.
What? Wait a minute. Why?
I don't want to marry someone who calls her sister a servant.
But my sister is a stranger to me. She's a bit dumb, and she's younger than me. It's only natural that she listens to me.
I don't think so. I don't care if she's related to you by blood or not, or older or younger. You're a family, so you're supposed to care for each other. I think that's how it should be.
No, I don't want to consider her family. I don't want to be friends with her. Don't tell me we've come all this way and now you're breaking off the engagement. We're having our wedding tomorrow.
The wedding is cancelled.
What?
I'll contact the venue and the guests and apologize. Well then.
Oh no! Kevin, wait! I'm not breaking off the engagement. Hey Sarah, you stupid sister. I'll never forgive you. What? What's wrong all of a sudden? Because Kevin came today, you were in a good mood just now. No way. You said something unnecessary to Kevin, didn't you? No, I didn't say anything. You liar! Kevin said he's going to cancel our engagement. Oh, is that so? That's out of the blue. Don't be so coy. You must have tattled to him. I didn't do anything. Just like you told me, I disappeared as soon as I served tea. That's enough. You get out of my house right now. I can't do that right now. Just get out today. I don't want to see your face.
Sarah, I'm sorry for texting you so suddenly. Is it okay if I talk to you now? I'm Kevin, Karen's ex-fiancé.
Good evening, Kevin. I'm alone right now, so I'm fine. So, how can I help you?
First of all, I thought I should apologize to you.
What?
When I visited your parents' house today to say hello, I suddenly asked you to exchange numbers with me. You were surprised, weren't you?
Yes, but it's okay. Actually, I'm not just a housekeeper in this house. I'm Karen's sister. You're going to become my sister's husband, so I don't mind exchanging numbers with you.
Actually, I've known for a while that you're Karen's sister.
What?
I just wanted to get in touch with you without Karen noticing, so I had to aggressively exchange numbers with you without explaining anything.
I see. I'm sorry I didn't greet you properly. My sister told me that I'm a servant, not family, and I was told to stay out of it.
That's really a terrible thing to say. I mean, you're family, and she treats you like a servant.
So I went along with my sister's advice, but for some reason she got angry. She kicked me out of the house.
What?
I only told you my name. I didn't say anything else. But according to my sister, because I tattled to you about something I shouldn't have, you canceled your engagement.
Oh, no. Then where are you now?
For now, I've booked a room at a nearby hotel. I'm going to rent an apartment and move in soon.
I see. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Like finding a new place to live. Or I can help you move in. I'll do anything.
What? I appreciate your concern, but I can't ask you to do that.
We're family, so it's okay to ask for help.
But you canceled your engagement with my sister, right? So I can't call you family.
No, we're family. You and I are siblings.
Huh? Siblings?
It may be hard to believe all of a sudden, but it's true. Our mothers are different, but our fathers are the same.
What do you mean?
Before my father married your mother, he was married to my mother. They separated when my mother was pregnant with me. So they were only married for a short time. And I grew up without knowing my father's face. Recently, I met father by chance because of my work. We now go out for drinks together. That's when my father told me about you, that I have a younger stepsister named Sarah. But I had never met you before, so I didn't really feel like I had a sister. I never thought I wanted to meet you. But today, when I met you, I thought that maybe it was partly because you had the same name as my sister, but also because you looked so much like my father. So I contacted my father to see if he could help me. And then I found out that you are my sister. My father was surprised. His son and his daughter, who have lived apart for almost 30 years, had coincidentally met each other.
Wait a minute. I still can't believe it. I can't believe that you're my brother.
Please meet your father in person. That should help. I'm sure you'll understand that I'm not lying.
Are you really sure that you and I are siblings?
That's right. Your mother didn't even notice I was her ex-husband's son. She didn't notice at all. Well, my father and I have different last names. It's natural that she didn't notice.
I didn't know I had an older brother either.
We are brother and sister, so I think we were destined to meet at some point. When my father found out that you were being treated badly by Karen, he was worried. So Sarah, don't hesitate to rely on us from now on.
Hey, Sarah! Before you know it, your stuff is gone from the house. What's going on? You told me to move out, so I just moved out. What? Move out? It's only been about 3 days since I told you to move out, right? How can you move out in such a short period of time? Kevin helped me. Huh? Kevin? No, don't lie to me. There's no way Kevin would help you move. But Kevin is my family. Huh? Family? Are you stupid? Kevin canceled his marriage to me, so Kevin is not family to you either. He's a stranger. That's not true. Kevin and I are brother and sister by blood. Our mothers are different, though. Huh? I don't understand. My real father was married to another woman before he married my mother, and they had a child together. That's Kevin. What the? I didn't know that. It's no wonder you didn't know. I didn't know either all this time. Kevin heard my name when he came to our house to say hello. He then realized it might be possible. Later, he checked with his father, and he found out that I was his half-sister. I don't want to marry a woman who treats my sister like a servant. That's what Kevin said, and he was very angry. So, it's your fault that my marriage had broken up? It's your fault, isn't it? Huh? If you weren't Kevin's sister, he wouldn't have dumped me. I knew I shouldn't have let you stay at our house. Before Kevin came to say hello, I should have kicked you out. No, even if Kevin and I weren't brother and sister, I'm sure Kevin would have called off his engagement to you. Just because we're not blood related, you didn't introduce me as your sister. Instead, you lied about me being your housekeeper. At that point, I think Kevin's fed up with you. No way. Well then, I'm busy with unpacking my stuff. I'll see you next time. Wait a minute! I can't accept this! I don't care if you can accept it or not. Facts are facts. See you later. Sarah, wait! Sarah, help me! Yes? If I don't do something, I'll end up homeless. Homeless? What's wrong with you all of a sudden? Don't you live at your parents' house? Well, Mom and Dad kicked me out. I have nowhere to go. What? After my engagement to Kevin broke off, they became cold to me. They say I'm not working, nor am I married, and can't even take care of the house, so they told me to leave. Oh my. Isn't that terrible? I was going to be a housewife after marrying Kevin, so I quit my job. As for housework, you did everything. I didn't have to do anything. Suddenly, they asked me to do the housework. There's no way I can do it. Well, you even called me a housekeeper. You don't even know how to boil pasta. How dare you try to be a housewife? Shut up! I thought I could manage with all the convenient appliances we have nowadays. Sarah, will you let me stay with you for a while? Can I stay at your house? I won't bother you. What are you talking about now? Hey, we're sisters. I refuse. What? You're the one who kicked me out in the first place. You didn't do any of the housework yourself, and you forced me to do it. It's all your own fault. That's cold. You're my family, right? No. You're the one who said we're not a family. Please, Sarah. I'm sorry for everything I've done. Mom and Dad won't even talk to me. Kevin has blocked me too. All my friends have been cold to me ever since my wedding was canceled. I have no one to rely on but you. Oh well, but I'm not going to help you. You're on your own. Sarah! Don't abandon me! In the end, Karen started a live-in job to make ends meet. I guess she still can't give up on her dream of becoming a rich, married woman. She goes to matchmaking parties in her spare time. But I guess her bad character shows on her face. She can't find anyone to marry to, and her family has given up on her as well. She is leading a miserable and lonely life of poverty. On the other hand, I started to live alone with the help of my brother. While interacting with my parents, I started to contact my real father and brother. Now, we go out for meals together. For a long time, my sister harassed me and made me feel frustrated. But now, I have a new family, and I'm living a happy life.
Your dress looks gorgeous. It's flaming red.
It's a wedding dress, so it's pure white, right? You mean it's angelic? The dress for my bachelorette party is red, though.
Nah, it's not about the color, you know. Any dress would burn the same way, right? It's on fire, you know. It's on flame.
What do you mean?
I threw the dress you were supposed to wear for the wedding in a barrel, and I'm burning it in my backyard as we chat. It's cold today, so it's warming me up. Burning flames are beautiful, you know. It's way more impressive than just a plain white piece of fabric.
You're kidding, right?
Maybe it's made of synthetic fibers. It's burning really well. Woohoo!
You've got to be kidding me. You're just bluffing, right?
You still think it's a joke. It's really burning. I'm filming it, so I'll send it to you later.
We're getting married tomorrow. What on earth are you thinking? You said you were going to drop it off at the venue, so I gave it to you. This is really messed up.
You're pretty gullible too.
Why are you doing this to me? This is unbelievable.
Well, if you don't have anything to wear, then we don't have to get married, right?
You don't want to marry me? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I burned the dress because I don't want to get married tomorrow.
Instead of doing that, why not just talk it out and call off the wedding?
You're likely to throw a tantrum or cry, you know. I'm annoyed at dealing with that kind of thing.
Don't you love me anymore?
I'm having pre-wedding jitters. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, I feel like I'm burning up in a bright red flame right now. All thanks to your dress.
If you lost your feelings for me, you could have just said so. There was no need to burn it. That dress is actually...
Well, you have nothing to wear, so the wedding will be cancelled. You have no use for that trash, right?
Hold on a sec. You're putting me in a tough spot. The day before the wedding. What about the venue and the guests? Some of them came from afar and are staying at hotels from today.
Just take care of it however you want.
What about the cancellation fee?
This is your fault. You should pay for it.
What the heck did I do?
You cheated.
What? When?
I saw you at the station a week ago. You were walking arm in arm with another guy. When I saw that, I got the jitters, or more like I was disappointed. I mean, I couldn't calm my nerves unless I burned the dress.
You're lying. I commute by car. I haven't been to the station in a month.
Nah, it was definitely you. That's why I'm so upset.
You're just looking for a reason to break up. If you say I cheated, then show some evidence.
I don't have any. I was too devastated to take pictures.
This is just way out of line. What you're saying and doing doesn't match at all. There's no evidence of cheating, and you're talking about the pre-marriage jitters, and then burning the dress.
If there's tension before marriage, it's not going to work out in the first place. You should be grateful it happened before we tied the knot.
I did love you, you know.
Ew, don't say that. I don't love you, just so you know.
I never cheated, just so you know.
I saw it with my own eyes. Can't believe what a cheater claims. I should sue you for emotional damage, but out of consideration for my ex-fiancé, I'll let that slide.
Jake.
Ew, don't call my name anymore. Grosses me out coming from you.
This is so spiteful. This is way too much. I'm Audrey, a 28-year-old fashion merchandiser. I've been in a relationship with Jake for 2 years. When he popped the question half a year ago, I was over the moon. I never expected things to turn out like this. After that chat, I received a video of my dress up in the flame. That dress had a significant meaning to me. I was shattered and couldn't stop crying. I couldn't understand how someone was capable of doing something so cruel. I was filled with anger and hatred for the person I had once decided to spend the rest of my life with. We've called off the engagement, and I'm preparing to seek compensation. Meanwhile, Jake's still trying to hurt me.
I heard from a friend that if we cancel the engagement, I can reclaim the ring. I don't need the ring back, but just pay me back.
Why should I?
Because I can't recover from the shock you caused by cheating. It was around $20,000. But I'll give you $10,000 with an ex-fiancé discount. Be grateful that I'm such a nice guy.
There's no reason for me to pay you. I didn't cheat. Take it and leave.
Oh, really? Are you sure about that?
About what?
This is you and another man.
When did you take this?
You sound flustered.
This is my boss. We went to a bar to celebrate after a big project finished. It might look like we were alone from this angle, but there were other colleagues behind us. When did you take such a malicious picture?
But how will your mom, who knows nothing about it, react? She'll be worried in her hospital bed.
Are you going to show it to her?
She was planning to temporarily leave the hospital just for the wedding, right? She's probably heartbroken now. If she sees this at a time like that, what's going to happen? Her condition could worsen, and you might never see her again. Ha ha ha.
Shut up! How can you say such horrible things so casually? You've already caused enough damage with a cancelled engagement.
I was on good terms with her, so she might believe me. And by the way, I'll tell her that you went into a fit of rage and burned the dress, okay?
I'd never do such a thing. She won't believe you.
How heartwarming. The love between a mother and daughter in a single-parent family. I wonder which one of us she'd believe. Do you want to give it a try? I got rid of the dress and there's no evidence of me burning it. Well, before confirming all that, there's a chance her heart could stop due to shock. Are you willing to take that risk?
You're threatening me. How can you ask me to pay $10,000? A chunk of my money's already gone, covering cancellation fees and stuff. You ran off without paying a penny. And you pushed all the responsibilities of explaining to the guests and relatives onto me. I don't even know where you are now.
Why would I tell you? It's your fault for cheating.
I told you I have not. Just hold off on that $10,000 for now. Don't make up stuff to tell my mom. Please.
Oops, sorry. I already sent it.
What?
My finger slipped, haha.
What on earth have you done?
Next time, a picture like this won't cut it. I'll ask a pro to make even more scandalous Photoshop images.
You said there was no evidence of what you did. But are you aware that you're leaving these threats on WhatsApp? Remember, I have the video of you burning the dress.
You better watch your back on the dark streets. I'll snatch your phone and delete your chat history and the video if I have to.
You're truly a despicable person. It's over for you as a human being.
Good for you. Not having to marry someone like me, right?
Remember, I'll make sure you regret this. I've got the compensation ready.
Wow, you're quick. I'm impressed, Audrey.
It's $200,000.
Wait, there's one extra zero.
Yes, that's correct.
You're giving me that much? It's much more than I expected. You're so generous. Are you by any chance trying to make amends and get back together with me? Unfortunately, I have no intention of that.
What are you talking about? I refuse to get back together with you. You'll pay me that amount.
Just keep your jokes to that plain face of yours.
You should keep your jokes to your thinning hair, please.
You, the thing I'm bothered about the most.
First, the wedding cancellation fee. It was almost the full amount because it was so last minute. It's $50,000.
I'm not budging on that.
Then the compensation for threats and insults. It's $20,000. I've already spoken to a lawyer about this.
Huh? You're really clueless. Why would I pay you? You're the one who cheated. I have evidence.
Speaking of cheating, it seems like everyone dislikes you. It's laughable.
What are you talking about?
I can't say who told me, but it seems like you've been showing off to everyone, huh? She's prettier than that ugly fiancé of mine, right? I mean, another girl. Wait, she's the real deal now.
Darn it. Who the heck snitched on me?
I said I can't tell you. Get it through your thick skull, idiot.
God darn you.
I have plenty of friends who are willing to testify. Seems like everyone was waiting for a chance to take down a scumbag like you. They're on my side. Face it.
Darn it.
And lastly, the cost of the dress.
No, wait. It doesn't add up. Why does it total $200,000? It's just a dress, nothing special.
That dress cost $130,000. You have no idea what that dress is worth.
It's trash, I can tell.
My mom married my late dad, the CEO of a big corporation, but he passed away shortly after I was born.
So what?
My paternal grandmother was greedy and didn't give my mom the inheritance she deserved. Instead, she left her with just $100,000 in that wedding dress and then kicked her out. All because she didn't produce a son and heir.
It's your fault for being a girl then.
That dress was a one-of-a-kind couture piece my late dad had made for her.
What's that? A one-of-a-kind cuckoo?
Shut up. You really don't understand its value, do you?
Your mom should have sued your grandmother. She's dumb too.
She could have won if she did, but back then lawsuits weren't as common as they are now.
So?
The dress you burned was that one. It's worth $130,000.
Do you have proof it was worth that much?
My mom's very meticulous. She has the dress's order form and receipt. Of course, she also has pictures of her wearing it. The dress was so incredible that it attracted media attention. There should be magazines out there that can prove its value.
Even so, there's no way it's still the same price as it was back then.
Indeed, it was worth $160,000 back then.
What?
Did you check the ashes? It had gemstones on it. Plus, you said it was synthetic, but it was mostly silk.
No.
The shop estimated its value at $130,000, based on that alone.
No way. That's a big oops, huh?
So, let's talk about the total amount of $200,000 you need to pay.
Nah, not happening.
I figured you'd say that.
You can't win if you don't play. Too bad for you.
Yeah, too bad for you too.
Why?
Are you familiar with asset seizure?
I've got no clue. Such a law doesn't exist.
You're hopelessly dumb, huh? Asset seizure allows forcibly seizing your possessions to make you pay up.
Wouldn't you have to win in court for that to happen?
It's pretty much guaranteed I'll win. I have a video of you burning the dress and plenty of testimonies.
I've got compromising shots too.
It's easy to expose the fakes in court. You know what happens if you present false evidence, right?
Ugh.
I can have your car, your apartment, your salary, everything seized for you.
Don't. I won't be able to start a new life.
Frankly, that's impossible in the first place. You'll end up under police custody anyway.
Why would I? I'm not going to jail. I didn't do anything wrong.
The thing is, you did. Everything you've done is a crime. Burning the dress, warning me about being alone on a dark street, and threatening me with those pictures. There's evidence for it all. I've already contacted the police.
Don't mess with me.
I'm dead serious.
You're in the wrong here. You're just so dull. Someone like you shouldn't come against me.
Look who's talking. If a handsome guy said the same, I might back down. But I don't want to hear it from you.
Darn it.
My mom saw the photos you sent and didn't suspect me at all. When she found out about the dress being burned, she cried. I'll never forgive you for making her cry.
Forgive me.
I'm not joking around here. It's $200,000. Just imagine, that's a huge amount of money. It's enough to turn someone's life around.
My new life.
I would never marry a man with so much debt. Your past deeds will come to light soon. Remember that there are many people out there who hold grudges against you.
My friends have already distanced themselves. I lost my friends and now I'm losing my girl too.
Thanks for making me realize how shallow of a person you are. If we had gone through with the wedding, I'm sure I would have had a miserable marriage. I'm really glad.
Right. Let's start over.
Huh?
We'll get back together. Let's just register our marriage without a wedding ceremony. I love you, Audrey.
I wish you were next to me right now so I could kick you with all my might.
I allow you to kick me, so let's get married. I mean, you contacted me because you wanted us to get back together in the first place, right?
Just keep your jokes to that smelly feet of yours, will you?
You mentioned something I'm bothered about again.
We're never getting back together. We'll only communicate through lawyers from now on. I'll block you on the phone. If you come near me, I'll take out a restraining order. Understood?
Understood.
My mom's about to be discharged from the hospital. I want to take her to a nice spa resort, so pay the compensation promptly. I'll say it again. It's $200,000. Stop dilly-dallying and start gathering as much money as you can.
Come on, can you lower the amount of it?
No, I won't budge a single cent.
We're exes. Can't you cut me a little slack?
Declined.
Please, Audrey, spare me.
Pay up quickly, you scumbag. Jake was apprehended by the police. While I like to see him behind bars, I also want him to quickly pay the compensation. It's a bit of a dilemma. The court ruled entirely in my favor, which was expected but still satisfying. He managed to sell the car and I got $20,000 in advance. With that, I brought my mom to a somewhat upscale spa resort. We talk a lot about various things and it's the first time in a while that we relax together. Maybe I have that idiot to thank for the precious time we're having, but I have no intention of forgiving him. I'll make him pay, even if it takes a lifetime. He's probably in detention right now. It must be cold there. I might as well bask in this warm jacuzzi and enjoy my sense of superiority. Am I a terrible person?
Alexa, are you at home now?
I'm here. What's wrong?
Did you watch TV? The national weather forecast just now. A hurricane is headed directly to Florida.
Yes, I saw it. I was just worrying about you. Does it look okay?
It doesn't appear good. There are no flights because of the hurricane, so I won't be home for about 3 days. I'm sorry I can't be there for the birth tomorrow. But even if I'm not there, I'm sure you'll have a healthy baby.
Well, that's Florida, isn't it? There's not much you can do.
Just my luck. A hurricane at a time like this. I really wanted to videotape the moment.
The doctor said it might be past the due date. You might make it in time.
But it's better for you if the baby is born on time, right? I'm prepared to miss it.
I think I'll use a tripod and videotape it myself.
I can't believe my company put me on a business trip to Florida at this time of year.
Oh, by the way, is it true when you said that your colleague Mr. Turner was going with you?
Why?
I saw him yesterday.
What? Where?
I stopped at a bookstore while I was out for a walk. We ran into each other there. I thought he was on a business trip with you, so I was surprised.
Oh, I'm sorry. They changed it to someone else at the last minute. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, is that so?
Alexa, did he say anything else?
Nothing. He just told me to have a healthy baby, that's all.
I see. Good.
What? Is there something that would be a problem if he had said it to me?
Of course not.
There's something fishy about you, isn't there? You usually don't care what people around you say. The only time you pay attention to what's going on around you is when you're feeling guilty.
What do you mean guilty? Do you think I have time to think about anything else when my beloved wife is about to give birth? I'm frustrated too. I want to see you as soon as possible, but I can't go home.
I see. You're worried about me. I hope the hurricane passes soon.
If the hurricane heads north, I might not be able to go home for a while.
I'll just have to give birth on my own then.
I'm so lucky to have such an understanding wife. If you'd cried at a time like this, I don't know what I would have done.
Your mother is close by, so if I need anything, I've got her. Don't worry.
I'll talk to her too. Well, good luck with the baby. I'll be cheering for you from Florida.
Hey, asshole, idiot husband. I asked Mr. Tanner this. Huh? Aren't you and my husband going on a business trip to Florida? And guess what he said? It's been postponed due to the hurricane. Who would go to Florida when you know a hurricane is coming? I tried to hold back what I wanted to say and played the role of an understanding wife. Please, someone praise me. I am Alexa, 30 years old. What is my husband doing lying to me when I'm in this condition? I tried to probe him about it, but without success. What is it with you, seriously, when you keep saying things like my beloved wife and other whitewashed things? Mr. Tanner's information revealed that he's not in Florida, but a message from my mother-in-law confirmed my husband's betrayal. Hey, Alexa, you got to hear this. My mother-in-law, your blood pressure will rise again if you get excited. Don't call me that. Sometimes I like to be a traditional wife. I forget. So, what's the matter, Nora? I'm at a steak restaurant by myself. Steak by yourself again? I wanted to go too. You should have asked me. I didn't think you could go because it's so close to your due date. I'm the kind of mother-in-law who feeds her daughter-in-law both eggplant and steak. After all, young people need to eat good food to nourish themselves. After the baby is born safe and sound, I'll let you eat whatever you like as a celebration. I understand, but I heard if you eat spicy food and walk a lot, the baby will be born the next day. Oh really? Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. What is it? Sonny's at the same restaurant I am. What? Really? Didn't you say he was in Florida? Why is he still here? Was it cancelled because of the hurricane? I thought he went on a business trip, and then he called me yesterday. He said because of the hurricane, all the flights were cancelled, and he couldn't come home. What? So he's still in Florida? That's what he claims. He said he was sorry that he couldn't make it in time for the birth, but to think that he's so close. I know I'm not mistaken. His voice is definitely Sonny's. That son of a bitch. The guy he said he was going with. I ran into him, Mr. Tanner. He told me the trip was postponed. I see. So he's cheating on his co-worker and his wife by eating expensive steak. Thanks to you, my suspicions were confirmed. So, who's Sonny with? Well, he's with a woman. I knew it. That's what I thought. I imagine that's what it is, but I'm still a bit shocked. And then he said, hey, this is the meat I raised. They're both so excited. It's so weird and disgusting that I can't believe it's my child. I can imagine. I want to grab his nose with a pair of tongs and roast it on a grill. I want to say, oh, you've got a nice grill mark on your nose. I want to pour lemon on the grill marks and make him scream in agony. I want to wash his eyeballs with the leftover lemon juice. They're feeding each other. That's disgusting. They've ruined my steak. Can't they be fined for ruining a good meal? If I were a big shot, I'd make that law right now. Where are you sitting, Nora? I'm sitting right behind Sonny, back to back. So close. So how come you can see everything? There's a big mirror in the restaurant. I can see Sonny's table, and I can only see Sonny's back and the woman's face. That's quite a good position, isn't it? Oh, he just took a slice of carrot from her mouth and put it in his own mouth. Can't they be banned from the steakhouse? Oh my god, I'm going to throw up. Endure it. It's a waste of meat. I can't stand it. You're having a hard time with your big belly. I can't believe he's flirting with her at a steak restaurant. I don't like to say this to the person who gave birth to him, but he's trash, isn't he? I guess you can't win them all. I don't like the idea of my own son being such a piece of trash either. What's she like? Is she pretty? I can't really make out her face. She's wearing too much makeup. She's got a lisp and a goofy tone that makes me sick to my stomach. She's laughing and saying things like, your poor wife is so fat. I can't help but get angry. I've just about had it. I'm about to charge in there with a steak knife. Hey, can I go there now? I don't care, but if you get too excited, you might go into labor. If I do, I'll give birth right in front of him. Then I'll wrap the umbilical cord around his neck. I'm sure the steak place has sharp knives, so you don't have to worry about cutting the umbilical cord. No, seriously, don't try to make me give birth. Just come on down. I've got a hot steak knife waiting for you. I have a blonde wig from a year-end party a long time ago. I'll wear it. What did you do? Beverly Hills Youth Chronicles. Oh no, I want to see that so much. See you later. Save me some meat. We'll have to celebrate after we take care of them. Okay, gotcha. Why aren't you answering your phone? Come on, talk to me. Sorry, I'm eating. What are you eating? Florida stone crab and gator bites. Key lime pie. Anyway, a lineup of the popular Florida stuff. Since I'm here, I thought I'd enjoy it. I've traveled so far for a business trip, I had to try some of the local cuisine. You're going out in spite of the hurricane. Well, it's close to the hotel. Oh, that's a nice t-shirt. Isn't that Balenciaga? When did you get that? What? Oh my god, the girl you're with is wearing the same color as you. It's expensive, it's going to smell like grilled steak. Are you sure it's okay?
Alexa, what are you talking about? Grilled steak?
Don't you seem to be getting along well with the person you're with? Her name is Nina, isn't it? She's a cute kid. I think she's a bit edgy. Just your type.
Wait a minute, where are you?
Where are you?
In Florida, of course.
Then who's that arsehole eating steak right in front of me? A look-alike?
What do you mean?
I'm right behind you.
What? No way.
Don't turn around.
I'm too scared to look back.
By the way, there's another person sitting with their back to you. Do you know who that is?
I don't have the heart to check.
I'll call her for you. Ta-da! Here she is.
You creepy son. I knew it was my mother. I smelled something familiar.
Por una cabeza from a scent of a woman. Oh wow, you're on a roll, Nora. You must have a lot of pent-up stress.
I've been listening to these guys' sickening conversation for a couple of hours. I've only had 2 bites of steak, and I've already got a heartburn. Why are you here? I was having dinner by myself when you guys came in. I didn't notice.
Nora called me and I rushed over.
Have you guys always been such good friends?
We were in a secret relationship.
Don't get me wrong, it was clean. We only had meals. I ain't worried about that. I mean, Alexa is about to have a baby, right? Are you sure you're okay to come here like this?
I don't want to be worried about by someone who's neglecting his wife and eating steak with another woman. She must be really important to you, pretending to go on a business trip and then coming here to eat steak? And this girl, Nina?
I can't believe my mother's in the same restaurant. It's just not my day.
Oh look, she's getting mad. She's like, stop staring at your phone and talk to me.
Just let her eat and be quiet. Her squeaky voice is making me sick.
Maybe that's what's so cute about Nina. I bet that's what Sunny likes about her.
Jeez, bad taste. I hate pretentious girls like her.
You're more into Carrie Underwood or Rihanna, aren't you, Nora?
That's right, Carrie Underwood's Before He Cheats is my favorite.
I want to go to karaoke with Mary again.
Mary only sings Taylor Swift. Who are you talking about? Sunny, do me a favor. What? She keeps going on about cutting her steak for her. Tell her you would cut her love handles in the handlebars. No way! How can I say that to my precious Nina? You tell her. Or would you like to be cut off from your parents?
Tell her. Are you willing to get divorced, go through alimony hell, and never see your kids again? Weigh that against Nina and decide which is more important.
Are you threatening me? I'll threaten you fair and square. Okay, fine, I'll say it. Shit.
I'm serious.
Nina is so pissed off.
Handlebars for a girl? Horrible.
How dare you? You guys made me say it. All the waitresses and customers are watching because of Nina's squealing. Your next line is going to be important. What shall we say next? That's enough. Don't screw with me.
Okay then, break up with her.
What? Right here, right now? I can't do that. I'll tell her later, I promise. I don't want to make a scene breaking up with her here.
I don't trust you. Of course, he'll be back out and go out with her behind our backs.
So if I break up with her now, there'll be no repercussions?
That depends on how sorry you are.
You'll have to do a lot of repenting. Steak knives.
Or maybe the lemon punishment.
What's that? Well, I'll tell you later. Hurry up and break up with her. I can't.
What?
She's going to cry. I mean, she's already crying even now because of you guys. I'm going to have to make excuses and comfort her now. How can I say goodbye? But it's okay to make Alexa cry? Alexa is strong. What are you talking about? She's a pregnant woman, okay? She's anxious and worried about giving birth. She doesn't seem like that on the text messages. Besides, instead of taking your wife to a fancy restaurant where you can't even get a reservation, the sinful husband takes another woman. Of course she's emotionally disturbed. What's wrong with you? You've been fooling around with Mom all day, playing games with me.
Because it's all I can do to keep sane.
What?
Do you really think we're having fun? I decided to live with you, and I'm carrying a child. All the dreams and hopes I had had for my life were blown away when I saw you were having fun with a flirty girl. You know how shocked I was?
I'm sorry.
Do you think you can apologize and be forgiven? I will never forgive you for making me suffer like this. That woman and you? I have to make you suffer the pain of losing something.
But you know, we don't have to say goodbye at a restaurant.
Then where are you going to go? A hotel?
Shall we make a reservation? Don't be so clever. You've always been a handful, haven't you? Now you're going to do exactly as your mother says. Not that again. Trust me, Nina won't cry or rant. She'll quietly get up and leave the restaurant. Even though she's still complaining about the aftermath of the love handles, I don't think listening to you two is going to end well. Don't worry, trust me. I am a level 1 certified woman's heart examiner. What the hell is that? Who gives out a certificate like that? Repeat after me. Greedy, trashy woman who messes with married men. Woman like you. Trashy, gross knit is the best fit for a woman like you. You're 100 years too young for steak. Now go back to your dirty room, eat some ice cream, and go to bed. Huh? There's no way I can say that. I'll turn around and tell her myself, okay?
Then I'll tell her.
No. I'll do it. Then I'll...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This isn't the comedy club. I couldn't help but giggle. You guys are screwing with me after all. I don't want to disturb the other customers. I'm just trying to keep this from turning into a fight.
That's right. Unless you want to see a scene with steak knives and tenderloin flying around. I suggest you do as I say. I don't mind branding her love handles. We've got hot knives all over the table.
How can you say such a terrible thing? Do you know where she lives and works? I know. Why? For the compensation, of course. There's no way Nina can pay it. She's just a regular office worker.
Short comedy, The Bakery. Excuse me, miss. 1 jelly donut, please.
Okay, that'll be $1.50.
I'm an ordinary office worker with no money, but I'm hungry. I'll eat it without paying.
You can't do that, ma'am. You have to pay.
I'm just an ordinary office worker. There's no way I can pay.
Do you think that kind of logic will work in the real world?
Well, that's how it is. Do you understand?
Why did you make it into a comedy? It's even harder to understand.
Oh well, I tried to make it understandable even for the dim-witted Sunny, but did it make things worse? Da-dum-tsh.
Hurry up and say what I just said. Don't mistake a single word. Greedy, trashy woman who messes around with married men. Woman like you. Trashy, gross knit is the best fit for a woman like you. You're 100 years too early for steak. Now go back to your dirty room, eat some ice cream, and go to bed. Oh shit, they're staring at me. Not only Nina, but all the customers are staring at me.
I can't stop laughing at the look on Nina's face.
I can't take it. He really said that. He's the worst kind of man. Huh?
But look, Nina left without saying anything.
See, I told you so. What the hell is this? But this is all right? Can I go over to your table now that things are back to normal? I'm starving after breaking up. Buy me a drink as an apology?
Huh? What nerve you have to say something like that? Oh, I see. Insensitivity means you don't have nerves. That's why you can say it. Wow, the English language is so well constructed.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Whatever you're talking about, that's not happening. When did anyone say things are back to normal?
I mean, you said a lot of things earlier. If I do what you say, compensation and the kid's face.
I made no promises, and I don't want a father for my child like you.
Then why did you make me and Nina break up?
Of course it was because I couldn't allow you to be the only one happy. Didn't I say so? Oh, that made me feel so much better.
But you can't raise a child by yourself, can you? It costs a lot of money.
Don't worry about that. I haven't touched my father's insurance money.
That's just a small amount. With 300,000, I can at least put my grandchild through college. Huh? That much? What about my share? I'm the beneficiary. I will use it for my grandchildren. End of story.
Nora, I appreciate it, but I can't let you spoil me. That money was left for you to live on, okay? I'll be fine on my own.
What are you talking about? If only I hadn't given birth to trash. You and your baby might not have had to suffer so much. I'm the manufacturer. I'll take responsibility.
That's cool, but I have my own stubbornness.
You can earn your own living expenses. You can buy the toys and books. But if you live in my house, you don't have to pay rent and you don't have to pay for food. I will only pay for extracurricular activities, summer camp, and whatever. I might buy clothes for them sometimes. As long as you love your grandchildren as a grandmother, that's fine, isn't it?
Nora, I love you.
So don't worry about anything in the future and have a healthy baby. Raising a child together, don't you think that would be fun?
Nothing but excitement.
How long do I have to keep my back to you?
Oh, don't turn around. I don't ever want to see your dirty face again. The moment you look at me, I'm going to slice it up into bite-sized pieces. Greasy pieces of meat need to be sliced up with the steak knife.
I've got an itch on my back too, probably from that filthy guy behind me.
I'll put some medicine on it for you later.
Sonny, I was actually going to grab your nose with the tongs. I was going to slice it up and pour barbecue sauce on it. But I don't want to ruin the knife and waste the barbecue sauce. You should be thankful. What are you talking about?
That I'll settle for money only. Alimony and child support for 18 years, please.
No way.
Yes, way. Lying wouldn't get me anywhere.
Mom said earlier she would pay for the kids' education. You think you can afford college on a few grand a month in child support? You idiot. You're so mean.
I'm going to eat my steak now. Could you please leave? You'll make the meat go bad. What's that smell?
The garbage man's stench is wafting to our table. Let's charge him for the steaks too. What the hell?
Do you have a problem with that?
No, I'll pay.
Then you can go home. Get the hell out of here, you piece of shit. The day after the steak-off, I gave birth to a baby boy. Nora was so moved that she cried for 3 hours. My husband was the worst, but I am happy to have met the best mother-in-law. After that, it seems that Sunny desperately tried to explain himself to the upset Nina. It appears he was splendidly dumped. He begs me to let him see his child, but I would never let him see him because it would be a bad influence. I asked for 30,000 in compensation from both Nina and Sunny. I don't think I will have anything to do with him other than asking for payment. Hey, what happened with the kids?
Kids? Is this the wrong send? I'm at work right now.
It's not wrong. I meant to send it to my brother, you. Work is more important than your own child? I can't believe you. You're out of your mind leaving 4 little kids like this. Children's homes are not daycare centers, you know?
I'm sorry, but I really don't understand what you mean. Can you explain what's going on?
This morning, your children were left unattended in front of the facility where I work.
What?
Along with a letter from my sister-in-law asking me to take care of them.
By sister-in-law, do you mean Michaela?
Yes. What does it mean when my older brother and his wife left their 4 children and they've gone silent? Everyone is crying and saying they want to see their mom.
How are the children doing right now?
All the staff are at work to deal with them. I fed them, so they're fine now.
I see. That's good then.
It's not good. Are you feeding them? They're all so skinny. Are you working all the time and not taking care of your kids? Maybe something happened at work and you don't have any money? Poor kids, they're all so skinny.
Is that bad?
It's about your own children, right? When did you even have children? And 4 kids? I never heard anything about it.
No, those aren't my kids.
What?
I hadn't mentioned it to you before, but I got divorced from Michaela 3 years ago. We don't have any children.
What do you mean? Wait a minute, I don't get it at all. Divorced? Why? You two were a sweet couple.
I'll explain it to you.
Yes, please.
The Michaela you knew was a nice, always happy and kind woman, wasn't she?
In fact, she was like that.
But after we got married, Michaela's true nature came out.
What do you mean?
She neglected the house, went to get her nails done and went to the beauty salon all the time. She only thought about herself.
What? She didn't seem like that at all. I thought she was a caring, family-oriented woman and I trust her with you.
Right, but the truth is, she only saw me as an ATM.
That's terrible.
That's why Michaela and I fought so much.
I see.
After a year, she disappeared, leaving only the signed divorce papers.
I didn't know that was going on. But why didn't you tell me then? I wanted to help you.
To be honest, I was so ashamed of myself for not seeing through Michaela's true nature that I felt self-loathing.
You didn't do anything wrong. Self-hatred is so unlike you. Did you forget that I'm always here for you?
I knew you'd say that, which makes it even harder for me to tell you about it. You were so happy we got married, weren't you?
Yeah?
The thought of disappointing you made me feel ashamed and sorry. You can't go around causing trouble for your little sister and still claim to be a good big brother, right?
You don't have to worry about that.
At the time, you had just started working and you were busy every day.
That's true, but
It was hard to get in touch with you, so I was kind of reserved.
I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. But I didn't want you to be alone. I could have helped you.
You're right, sorry.
Oh, is that why you were transferred overseas? I know we haven't been in touch regularly due to the time difference, and you've seemed busy, so I didn't ask for all the details.
Oh, I was feeling self-loathing, so I decided to go because I thought it would be a good way to reset my mind. You know, a fresh start in a new environment and not having to think about anything else while you're working so hard.
That's true. You're still abroad now? Oh, but you said you were at work, right? Isn't it late there right now?
No, I recently came back to America.
Really?
I had finished all the moving and paperwork and I was finally planning to talk to you about the divorce.
I'm sorry I said things like I was blaming you.
It's totally fine.
Who are those kids with anyway? I wonder if their father knows about this.
She might not have told her husband anything.
Anyway, I'll give it some time and try to contact her. We have to do something soon for the kids' sake.
Yeah, I understand. Based on what you've said, I'm worried if they're being raised properly. Even today, I bet she's leaving the kids alone to go get her nails done or something. I bet she's not feeding them because she's spending all her money on herself.
I think so.
I have something else I want to talk to you about, so can we meet tonight?
Sure.
Oh, but are the kids with you?
My boss agreed to take care of them, and they play well with the other children. There are other staff members besides me too, so it will be fine.
Well, how about we have a rare sibling talk without any interruptions?
Let's do it. My name is Alyssa. I'm 28 years old. We lost our parents in an accident when we were kids, and my brother and I were raised by relatives. They didn't take very good care of us. Because of this experience, I wanted to be a person who can give warmth to children without parents. That's why I started working at a children's home. It's a busy job, but I'm living fulfilling days with kids. My brother told me everything that had happened to him over the past 3 years. He also told me how self-centered Michaela had been. And Michaela's selfish actions, of course, didn't stop with just this one incident. In fact, this was just the beginning. I'm going to pick them up now. You finally replied. How dare you leave the kids like this? Why can't I? You like raising kids who aren't related to you, don't you? What the hell? This is unacceptable. Oops, sorry. Don't get mad at me. You don't feel bad about it, do you? Whatever. I said I'll go get them. Just like my brother said, you really were a self-centered person. I thought you were kind and nice, but I'm shocked. Huh? What did he say? Just to confirm, you and my brother divorced 3 years ago, right? That's right. So what? These children aren't from my brother, right? They're from my remarriage partner. I see. So why did you leave the children? Because they were getting in the way of our date. What? Did your husband agree to leave the kids at our facility? No. Well, my remarriage partner passed away in an accident, so I'm single now. I'm the only parent, so it's up to me what I do with the kids. What? Then who's your date? So, the guy I'm currently interested in is my date. I met him at a bar recently. He's young, but he's good looking and earns good money. How can someone like that go on a date with you? He likes children. I'm raising 4 kids by myself after my husband left. He seems to be really into the image of a devoted mother like me. You're lying again, aren't you? So why do you leave the kids behind when you go on dates, generally? How can you call yourself a devoted mother? It's not romantic if you go on a date with kids. Is that why you left them? They were anxious and crying. Children are supposed to cry, so why don't you just let them cry? Do you take proper care of the children? If you leave them alone, they will grow up on their own. Are you kidding me? What do you think of the children?
They are just tools to make me happy.
What?
To be honest, I'm single and I didn't want them. But I still have them because the guy loves children. So the children help me play the role of a virtuous and lovely woman. It's like I adapt my fashion and nail choices to match the interests of the guy I'm pursuing. You know?
Are you serious?
Of course I am. Everyone in the world is my tool. Well, your brother was a useless tool though.
What do you mean?
I mean, he was worthless. He used to give lectures all the time and it was so annoying.
You are a total jerk.
By the way, how's your brother doing? Is he still okay? Or didn't he become a recluse after being abandoned by me?
My brother wasn't on overseas assignment until recently, so you don't need to worry about him. He's doing just fine.
That's so boring. Well, whatever. I'm coming to get my kids, so get them ready.
Please don't.
What?
I can't entrust these children to someone as selfish as you.
What are you talking about? I'm their mother. You, a stranger, have no right to decide whether or not to give them to me. Their mother said she's going to pick them up, so shut up and give them to me.
I can't call someone who can't be there for her children as a mother.
OMG, what a pain in the ass. I don't care about what you think about me as a mother. I'm their biological mother, so you can't say anything about me.
Anyway, for their safety, we'll take them into our custody.
You think you're allowed to be so selfish?
Who's being selfish?
The guy I'm interested in wants to meet them. I need you to hand them over.
If you give me a reason like that, it makes it even harder for me to let go of the kids.
Okay, whatever. I have an idea.
What are you thinking?
Done. Posted it.
You posted what?
I posted online that your facility is a criminal organization that takes children from their parents without permission.
What?
As a side note, I also mentioned that the staff treats the children like objects.
Did you really post such a lie? Doing something like that in today's social media-driven world? It can have serious consequences.
I know, that's why I posted it. I made sure to put the facility's name on the post, so you'll be famous in a flash.
Are you serious? What have you done?
Isn't it your fault for challenging me? I can't wait to see what happens. Hey, looks like that post went viral. In your face. Everybody talking shit about you. It's your fault because you do things that don't make sense.
It's your head that doesn't make sense.
Anyway, now you know, don't you? What happens if you don't do what I say? If you don't want more trouble, just give me the kids.
So let me get this straight. You will take care of the children?
Of course. Children are important bait to attract men, so I'll take good care of them.
I guess children are just tools for you, aren't they?
That's right.
Are the men you're targeting just tools to you?
I don't know. He's a pretty good tool so far. Well, if I can't use him, I'll throw him away as soon as I can.
Like my brother.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I see, I understand.
You should have obeyed me from the beginning. Well, I'm going to pick up the kids now. Enough with the nagging, just hand them over.
By the way, Travis seems to be a very nice person, just like you said.
What?
He's young, has a high income, is a gentleman, and has a good sense of humor. No wonder you were after him.
How do you know him?
He's an acquaintance. My brother knows him, to be exact.
Huh? What do you mean?
I told you that my brother was transferred overseas, didn't I?
I heard about it, but so what?
At the place where he was transferred, my brother met a woman who had also been transferred from America. They started dating.
What kind of a woman would date such a worthless man? So what does it have to do with anything? Are you trying to be sarcastic to me? A woman who goes out with a worthless man must be a terrible person.
The brother of that worthless woman is the one you're after, Travis.
What?
The world is a small place, isn't it? I was surprised too.
You're not saying unnecessary things, are you?
I didn't say anything, but he saw all the conversation with my brother.
No way, you did such an insane thing?
It seems you were at least familiar with the word insane. I thought that maybe the concept wasn't in your head because your words and actions are so insane. I can't reach him when I call. My messages also remain unread. I think my brother got a message from him saying she almost had me fooled. I'm glad we were able to save him.
What are you going to do? You should take responsibility.
It's your own fault.
Shut up. Tell him it was all a mistake.
I'm not going to tell him. I didn't do anything wrong.
I won't let you get away with this.
Wouldn't you be better off worrying about yourself instead of this?
Huh? What do you mean?
Making a fake post like that is too much. My manager was furious and decided to file a damage report.
Huh? Are you saying you will report it to the police?
That's what it means. Because of your post, there were prank callers and harassers at the facility. The kids also harassed at their school. For the crime of causing damage to our facility and hurting our children with your baseless slander, we will make sure that you pay for it.
You're kidding, right? Reporting it to the police is too much.
Of course, we have to go this far.
I understand. I apologize for my post. Maybe I went a little overboard. My bad.
It's not a little, and it's too late now.
Don't report it to the police. What will happen to my nails if I get arrested? What about the beauty salon?
No more going to beauty salons. I mean, even if you do that behind bars, no one will look at your nails.
What? Am I going to jail? No way, I want to be free. I want to live in luxury.
Seriously? Aren't you worried about your children?
What?
Don't you care what happens to your children after you are arrested?
Of course not. Nails and beauty treatments are more important.
It's true that people can go beyond anger and feel exasperated. Thanks to you, I learned that.
Shut up.
Also, I'll show this conversation to the police. I'll just let you know.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm serious about what I said. After my research, it appears likely that you could be charged with child abandonment.
What are you talking about?
If you're concerned about it, do your own research. It would be a good use of your time to learn what you will be charged with until the police arrive.
That's enough. I'll take them in and take care of them. That settles it.
No, don't settle this on your own. Besides, the kids want to stay here.
How? Why?
They must have been treated so badly. They were so happy just to have a hot meal.
Well, there were times when the food was cold, but...
You didn't talk to them much, and you yelled at them if something happened. You didn't even let them sleep with you, did you?
That's a lie! A lie! They're all liars! All four of them are lying together to frame me.
You call a child a liar? What kind of a mother are you?
Fine, I'm sorry, I apologize. But please don't call the police, okay?
Please take responsibility for your own actions. And if you're going to apologize, it's to your children, not to me.
Please, I'll get down on my knees or whatever it takes, so please forgive me. I sincerely apologize to my children too. Just don't call the police.
You got what you deserved, Mick.
Mick? Only Brian calls me that.
Yeah, it's me, the worthless man who got dumped by you. I'm using Alyssa's phone now.
Brian, you should ask Alyssa not to report me to the police.
Why would I help you? Besides, I'm thinking of suing you too.
Huh? Why?
You seem to have 4 kids, but I'm guessing you had the first child when we were still together.
So what? It's been 3 years. How are you going to sue me?
Oh, you don't know? You can claim alimony for infidelity from the moment you become aware of the fact.
What?
I just found out about it, so of course I have enough time to file a claim.
You're kidding, right? You wouldn't do that, would you?
Of course I would, why not? On the contrary, what makes you think I wouldn't? Thanks to your confession, I'll be able to sue you smoothly, thanks.
Hey, we were married once. How could you do such a terrible thing?
Because that's all you did.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me, please.
If you really feel bad, accept your punishment. You'll live behind bars, repenting for what you did to your children.
But...
I'm just glad I met you. Thanks to you, I've developed eyes that aren't fooled by appearances.
I'm not happy to hear you say that. All I wanted was to be happy. What's wrong with that?
It's not wrong to try to be happy. It's the way you took to achieve it that was wrong. Michaela, please take your punishment well. If you change your mind and reflect on what you did, you may be able to be happy in the future.
No!
In the end, Michaela was arrested for child abandonment. Additionally, allegations of defamation and interference with the facility's operations were also acknowledged. Furthermore, through DNA testing, it was confirmed that the father of the child she was pregnant with during their marriage was not my brother. It appears that she received the insurance money from her deceased husband. She used it to pay alimony to my brother and damages to the institution. Moreover, it was decided that child support would be allocated. The facility is now operating as usual. The harassment towards the children has stopped, and they are all going to school happily and in good spirits every day. I am very pleased that peace has returned to our lives. My brother got married to his girlfriend, and this time he has found happiness in his life. Her children, each with their own aspirations, are currently thriving in our facility.
Hey, Ashley, I heard from Mom that you're going on your honeymoon soon. When are you leaving? Where are you going? Tell me the details. Huh? What's going on all of a sudden, sis? We're going to LA for our honeymoon next week. Next week? When? Where in LA? LA's a big place, so we'll be going all over. I mean, why do you want to know so many details? Because I'm coming over, of course. What? I don't get it. Why didn't you tell me your schedule earlier? I have to take a paid holiday and there are so many things to prepare. It's your fault that I'm in a rush. Wait a minute. Don't tell me you're following me on my honeymoon. What? Is it bad if I come with you? Of course it is. Are you out of your mind? Don't be rude. I'm not crazy. We sisters have been together since we were little. You'd feel uncomfortable without me on your trip, wouldn't you? I'll be your guardian. I'm an adult. I don't need a guardian. Besides, a honeymoon is for the newlyweds. That's enough of your selfishness. It's not fair, Ashley. What? I want to go to LA too. If you want to go on your own. You don't have to come along with me on my honeymoon. There's no point in going alone. Why don't you go with your friends then? That's meaningless too. I want to go with you on your honeymoon. What? What's with that? I'm your big sister and you got married before me. And the guy you married to is a very handsome guy who works for a prestigious company. We're sisters, and it's not fair that you get the juicy part. I don't mean to be not fair. Why don't you find someone nice and get married too? Don't make it sound so easy. You should try to understand how I feel that I'm not lucky enough to meet anyone. Most of the people at my workplace are women. Even if I go to a party, I can't find a decent guy. Maybe you're aiming too high. You've been with a few guys before, right? Relationships and marriage are two different things. Marriage is for life, right? You never want to compromise. I don't think there are many people who fit your ideal. My husband is a typical office worker, even though he works for a prestigious company. And he's not even extremely good looking. That pisses me off. Your attitude of being so easygoing. That's how you make fun of me for not being able to get married. No, I'm not making fun of you. I've been through a lot myself. I still haven't made friends with my husband's parents. That's why we couldn't even have a wedding. And so we just got registered. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to deal with my in-laws. I have concerns too, you know. But it's still not fair. What? You don't have to deal with your husband's family. If you don't like them, you don't have to go out with them. Just having a high-spec husband is enough. Anyway, I'm not taking you on our honeymoon. Hey, why not? I told you that a honeymoon is for just the newlyweds. Don't make me keep explaining it to you. I'll see you later. Wait a minute. Ashley, give me the detailed itinerary of the trip. You're ignoring me. You'll see. I'm definitely coming on your honeymoon.
Ashley, I'm coming home soon. I'm on the train now.
Hey, Ethan. You left work earlier than usual today.
Because we're going on our honeymoon tomorrow. My boss was very considerate and said I must have things to prepare, so he let me go home on time.
I see, that's great.
Ashley, you've been busy with work recently. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Let's take it easy in LA.
Yeah, it's just...
Huh? What's wrong? Something on your mind?
Last week I got a text from my sister. She said something outrageous. She insisted on following us on our honeymoon.
What?
I haven't heard from her since. I'm sure she's not coming, but she's my sister and I don't know what she'll do.
It's true that your sister is a bit of a strange person, but why is she following us on our honeymoon?
My sister has always been a selfish person who always had to be better than me. She doesn't like the fact that I got married first, so she has been picking at me. She says it's not fair that you get the juicy part.
I remember when I went to your parents' house to say hello. She was smiling and nice to me, but she was staring at you with a terrible look on her face.
She said she couldn't forgive me for marrying a high-spec husband.
What's so high-spec about me? I'm just an ordinary office worker.
She doesn't believe me even if I say so.
I guess she's prone to assumptions.
I'm worried we'll bump into each other on our honeymoon.
But you haven't told her any details, did you? Like the exact place in LA? Or what time our flight is leaving, right?
No, I only told her we're going to LA next week.
Then we should be fine. Even if your sister comes after you, the chance of bumping into her in LA is very small.
That's true.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry too much about your sister. Let's enjoy our honeymoon.
Ashley, I'm sorry.
Huh?
You're in LA, right?
Yes, but...
Where do you think I am now?
I don't know.
Actually, I'm in LA right now.
What? You're really here?
Ashley, you must have been caught off guard. I haven't contacted you since the other day. So, did you think I gave up?
Well, it's not like giving up anything. I thought there was no way you'd come along on your sister's honeymoon.
Well, too bad. I found out from Mom the dates of your trip. I made all the arrangements and came on the same day.
Wow, you're very proactive. But I guess we won't be seeing each other here. Have fun on your trip.
You know, you're playing it easy like that, but now you're getting frustrated and stomping your feet in frustration, aren't you?
Why?
Because it was supposed to be your honeymoon, but it turned out to be a solo trip. And your husband left you before you left for your trip. Poor you. It's so funny that your honeymoon turned into a heartbreak trip.
A solo trip? What are you talking about?
There's no point in being stubborn. I'm sorry I stole your husband.
Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, it's fine that you're in LA. Why am I supposed to be alone?
Ashley, do you know why I wanted to come with you on your honeymoon?
No, not at all.
It was to get your husband.
What?
But I didn't think it would be so easy to get your husband. You guys were newlyweds, but I guess he couldn't resist my charms. We made love at the hotel right away. Your husband is crazy about me.
Oh, I see.
Hey, what's with the attitude? That cold reaction? Aren't you frustrated that your husband was taken away from you?
I'm sorry, but I can't get along with your farce any longer. I'm going to have lunch with my husband now. See you later.
Oh no, Ashley. You're going to have lunch alone, aren't you?
No, I'm going with my husband.
Well, since you came all the way to LA, I hope you'll enjoy your trip alone. I'm sure your husband will contact you and ask you to leave him officially. You'll just have to accept it, won't you?
Well, we're not communicating well with each other at all.
That's because you keep lying. Why don't you just admit defeat?
I'm not trying to compete with you. I haven't lied at all. It's too much trouble, so I'll let it go. Anyway, I'm busy now. Bye.
Oh my god, what a miserable little sister you are. It's like you're so shocked that I took your husband away from you that you can't accept the reality. I'm going to marry him as soon as I get back from my trip. Ashley, you lied about getting married. You didn't register the marriage yet. Well, thanks to that, he didn't have to file for divorce. I'm glad he could smoothly marry me. I'll invite you to the wedding, so look forward to it.
You couldn't have the wedding because you didn't get along with his parents. I'll make use of my excellent communication skills to get along with his parents and make the wedding happen. I'll make a gorgeous wedding happen. Ashley, are you still in LA? I just came back to my hometown and submitted the marriage certificate right away. I'm so happy. Now we are officially married. Don't be so stubborn and travel alone. Why don't you just come home and find someone else? Though I don't really care about you. I'm going to his parents' house now to say hello. The order is reversed because of the sudden marriage, but I still have to greet his parents properly. Hey, Ashley, are you listening to me? Hey, you're not reading my texts at all. I see, you're ignoring me again. Well, it can't be helped. I know you're mad at me for taking your husband away from you. It's too painful to look at my texts, isn't it? I'm sorry I got carried away, but I'll be happy on behalf of you, so please forgive me. Bye! Oh, you've been texting me, sis? I'm sorry, I was out sightseeing all day and didn't notice. I mean, did you and my husband get married? Your intense delusion is scaring me. I've already registered my marriage. I'm in LA with my husband. Maybe you want to harass me, but there's no way you're marrying my husband. Honestly, it's depressing, so please don't talk about it anymore. Bye. Ashley, answer the phone. So annoying. What do you want? Why don't you answer the phone when I've called you so many times? I have something important to tell you. Because you're so persistent, Carol. What's so important? I'm tired of hearing that you stole my husband. No, it's the opposite. Huh? I'll give him back to you after all. What? What do you mean, give him back? I'm divorcing him. I'm sorry I took him from you. I don't care if I pay alimony, just help me get a divorce. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. What now? Divorce who? Your ex-husband. I'm sure he was very handsome, but looks can be deceiving. He's not a high-spec man, but he's a terrible, terrible man. A terrible man? How could you marry such a man? He doesn't work for a prestigious company. He's a part-time worker. He's still living off his parents' money. That's not a high-spec man at all. What are you saying? Well, high-spec or not, my husband has a full-time job. He's already independent from his parents. Huh? Where's the independence? He says he won't get a job because there's something he wants to do, but he's just wandering around. Of course he doesn't have money to rent an apartment, so he says he's going to live with his parents after getting married. I don't want to live with my in-laws as soon as we're newlyweds. Oh, did you go say hi to his parents? That's the worst part. His father and mother agreed on the marriage, which was nice, but they said, now that you're marrying our son, you should do this and do that, blah blah blah. We can't wait to see our grandchildren, blah blah blah. They both had very old-fashioned values. I can already see them snubbing me. I don't want to be a part of a family with people like that. Hey, Carol, are you saying that... Is it Terry who you got married to? That's right, it's Terry. But why are you asking me that? He's your ex-husband. You know his name at least. I see. So that's how it is. Huh? What? What do you mean? I finally figured it out. I knew we weren't on the same page. Carol, you think you stole my husband, but the man is not my husband. What do you mean? Terry is your ex-husband, right? No, he's my husband's little brother. My husband's name is Ethan. Huh? That means Terry is my brother-in-law. Brother-in-law? What are you talking about? I know exactly what your ex-husband looks like. But you've only met my husband once, right? When he came to our parents' house to say hello, right? I remember him. He's so handsome. Don't fool me by telling me crazy story. Well, my husband and Terry are brothers with the same faces. They're about the same height and have similar hairstyle. People often mistake them as twins. Wait a minute. Now, why was the brother at the airport? Maybe Terry was also planning to come with you guys on your honeymoon?
No, only my sister would think such an insane thing.
Then why? Terry was sitting alone at the airport lobby. I thought he was meeting up with you.
The day we were leaving for our honeymoon, Terry drove us to the airport.
What? That means the man I called out to at the airport was...
It seems it was Terry, after he saw us off.
No way!
Come to think of it, my husband told me earlier, Terry had a strong desire to get married for a long time. When he heard that my husband, his brother, was getting married, he seemed very jealous.
What?
Unlike you, he didn't have the idea of stealing his brother's marriage partner. That's such a horrible idea. But while he had a strong desire to get married soon, you approached him. He must got all excited to get married.
How is that possible? Just because he was approached by a woman, he suddenly went to LA with a woman he didn't know. Isn't that a little too casual?
Well, you're the one who asked him out. Besides, I heard Terry doesn't have a regular job and has plenty of time. Thanks to him, we were able to get a ride to the airport.
So that's what happened. At least now I know I married the wrong guy.
So what are you going to do now? Are you divorcing Terry?
Neither Terry nor his parents would allow me to divorce him. When I told them I wanted to break up with him, Terry got angry and said, "You're the one who asked me out." And Terry's parents said that since I married him, I should fulfill my duties as a wife.
Oh, well, that's tough. But I guess it can't be helped that Terry is angry with you.
Don't say that like it's someone else's problem. It's your fault in the first place.
Why me?
Because you didn't tell me that your husband has a brother who looks exactly like him. You didn't tell me.
I didn't even know he had a brother until recently. My husband didn't get along with his parents or his brother for a long time. He didn't talk much about his family to me, so I have not had much contact with his family yet. I've told you about them before, haven't I?
That's not fair.
Huh?
It's just not fair. You got a high-spec husband, and I'm forced to marry a part-time worker. It's so unfair, even though we're sisters.
You deserve it. You're the one who got it all wrong and married Terry. Besides, Terry is handsome. He's your type, right? Terry seems to have a gentle personality. If he finds a job, you guys will be able to live on your own.
I don't even know when he'll get a job. I can't stand the thought of living with his parents. Oh, I've got an idea. Ashley, let's trade husbands.
What?
Why not? They're both good looking. You should give Ethan to me and marry Terry.
Unbelievable. How did you come up with that idea?
Because you work for a better company and get paid more than me. You can support Terry. And you're not as pretty as me, but you're pretty enough. I'm sure Terry will like you too.
No way. Why should I marry someone I don't like?
Ashley, please, give me Ethan. I'll make him happy for sure.
I don't want to. You should be happy with the husband you chose.
I can't. I can't be happy with Terry.
I don't care what you say. Well, if you really don't get along with him, then I guess you'll have to divorce him. I don't want anything to do with you anymore, so I'm going to block you.
What? Why are you blocking me? We're sisters, right?
A woman who goes after someone's husband is not my sister. Goodbye.
Ashley, wait. What am I supposed to do? Ashley, I have a favor to ask you. Can you lend me some money, just a little? I wanted to break up with Terry somehow. So, I approached many men as I could. I ended up going out with one of them, but then Terry and his parents were furious. They asked me for compensation, and it's an amount I can't afford to pay alone. Your husband has a high income, so you must have plenty of money, right? I apologize for trying to steal your husband. I need your help. Hey, Ashley, are you still blocking me? Please, answer me.
After that, Carol managed to divorce Terry. But since the cause of divorce was her unfaithfulness, she was charged a large amount of compensation and had to take on a debt. In order to pay off the debt, Carol is now working part-time in addition to her day job. She's working hard every day to pay off her debts,
But no matter how much money she earns, it all goes to pay off her debts. So she is living in extreme poverty. She regrets so much that she shouldn't have targeted my husband. She regrets it very much.
Olivia, you're free, right? I'm craving a steak. But could you go pick one up for me? Don't just go to any regular grocery store though. You'll need to hit up the butchery I always go to. Oh, and grab some potato salad as a side too while you're at it. And I'd love some fresh baked baguettes too. You'll need to go shopping right now though, otherwise it won't be ready for lunch. And yeah, might as well get stuff for dinner too while you're out. Thanks, I'm counting on you. Olivia, did you go grocery shopping earlier like I asked? The fridge is completely empty, and I don't have anything for my own lunch either. As punishment, you have 1 hour to go shopping and bring everything back here. Oh, and make sure to grab something for my lunch too while you're at it. I'm not feeling steak anymore, just get me something else. But not from a fast food or cooked meal at the store, go to a restaurant. And you're paying for it all, of course.
Sister-in-law, didn't I tell you the other day that I'll be too busy to help out from now on?
Did you mention that? Anyway, you were able to respond just now, so why didn't you reply earlier? Just hurry up and go shopping.
I was working earlier, so I couldn't go shopping then. And I have more work this afternoon too, so it'll be difficult to come over there as well. To get to your place would take me an hour and a half by car anyway. Asking me to do shopping within an hour is just unreasonable.
What? Work? What are you talking about? Aren't you just a housewife? No need to put on airs and lie about having a job. All housewives are just bored people with nothing to do.
You absolutely shouldn't be telling others that. I'm actually busy with an upcoming deadline right now.
A deadline? For what? You're just living off Lucas. No way you'd have any real deadlines. It's obvious you're just making stuff up. Anyway, with the huge mansion you live in, there's no way you need to work, right? With that kind of lifestyle, it'd be weirder if you did have a job. So just admit you're an unemployed freeloader and do this shopping already.
This house and our income are completely separate though. But whatever. I never said Lucas just provides for me. While I did quit working when we got married, I've started a new job now.
So you are just a housewife then. Just admit you're an unemployed bum with too much free time.
I'm not unemployed. I'm a respectable work-from-home professional.
Ah, there it is. The work-from-home excuse that shut-ins use so they don't get bums.
Working remotely is legitimate work, you know.
Okay, so what kind of work do you do then, Olivia?
Well, I do a lot of writing articles and blog posts. Recently, I've also been doing some telemarketing work too.
Telemarketing, huh? My husband says that kind of work-from-home stuff is just companies taking advantage of shut-ins by making them think they're actually working, when they're really just being strung along. I'm sure you barely do any real work at all. How is that different from being a housewife?
I'm neither a bum nor a shut-in.
Okay then, you're not a regular housewife, you're a shut-in housewife. Stop pretending you have a job. Also, with Lucas away on his overseas assignment, you can just laze around all day in that huge place all to yourself. Must be nice being such an indulgent shut-in bum living in luxury. Actually, you probably sneak guys over when he's gone, don't you?
Please don't indulge in such baseless fantasies. That's improper.
Baseless?
Nothing. It's fine if you don't understand. Anyway, I need to get back to work, so I'll be going.
Wait, what about the shopping? I'm getting food for my lunch?
I don't know. Why don't you just order on Instacart or something? Though I'm not sure if you'd be able to manage that.
What is your problem? Are you that determined to be a lazy, shut-in housewife? Anyway, just living in that mansion in the first place is unfair. You're younger than me, but to get to live in such a nice place? Either way, do your duty as my sister-in-law and help me out. Let me get this straight, Olivia. When are you going to come to my house? My husband is on a business trip today and there's no one at home. I haven't done the laundry or cleaning and my husband will get mad at me tomorrow. Grace, I'm not your maid or housewife. Things like cleaning and laundry are basic chores you need to handle yourself. Oh, you finally replied. What were you doing this whole time? I was working and also taking care of things around the house when I could take a break. There it is. The classic doing housework counts as a job excuse. You think doing house chores is work too, huh? You know Lucas would hate it if you think like that, right? A woman doing basic housekeeping is just expected. Actually, a lot of modern husbands expect their wives to either work or take care of the home. Which is it for you? Me? I'm good. My husband told me when we got married that I wouldn't have to work if I didn't want to. I see. Well, I need to start making dinner, so I'll have to let you go. Oh, you haven't eaten yet? Why don't you just come over here and we can eat together? Of course, you'll be the one cooking though. Or you can pick something up, but you're paying. I already made something, so I'll have to pass today. Well then. Wait! Our conversation isn't over. What am I supposed to do about getting food then?
I'm back at the dorms after wrapping up work. How'd your day go, Olivia? Everything good with your work?
Work is okay, I guess. Thanks for asking. I know you've been putting in the hours too.
Work is? So, did something happen?
Well, work itself was okay, but something did come up. I got a call from your sister again.
Oh, my sister again?
Yeah, you know how it goes. Sorry for constantly venting about her to you.
No, don't apologize. Get it all off your chest. I want to know what's going on.
Thanks.
So, what did she say to you this time?
So, this time she called me a shut-in housewife.
What?
Right? She said I'm not just a regular housewife, I'm a shut-in housewife. And just laughed it off when I tried explaining I actually work from home.
My sister's thought process is messed up. But I don't think she's completely lacking common sense either. Especially since my brother-in-law recently started remote working too. So she should get the concept. How did she even come up with that idea?
I think she's just looking to nitpick at me. Like, since you have a good income, the idea of me also working is unacceptable to her. And she mentioned the house too.
House?
She's saying it's unfair that I live alone in that big place.
Even after you explained it to her? Man.
Yeah, there's no helping it for now, I guess.
You'd think she would remember after hearing the details.
Definitely. I was there, so I know. But it was only a year ago. Has she really forgotten already?
I don't think so. It's more like she just cherry picks the part that fit her made-up narrative in her head. I remember when my parents bought me that computer for college. She threw a tantrum demanding they buy her new clothes and bags too. She made such a big fuss about it, saying it was unfair that I got stuff. The computer was for school, not for me. But in her mind, I must have demanded they buy it for me. No matter how much her parents explained, she wouldn't accept it. I just don't know where that rashness of her comes from sometimes.
I see.
Ideally, I should be able to set her straight myself. But it always seems like my words don't get through to her at all. Like talking to a brick wall. Zero effect.
It's been difficult dealing with her for a long time then, huh? Having your understanding and support means a lot to me though. Knowing you get where I'm coming from really helps.
Don't push yourself too hard with her though, okay? Don't make it too hard.
I appreciate it. Well, just another month to get through at least.
We can manage that long, right?
Yeah, should be able to just brush her off like usual and the time will fly by. Especially since your brother started working remotely too, so she can't show up unannounced anymore, since it's an 1.5-hour drive each way.
I see. But don't hesitate to rely on my family if you need any help, okay?
I'll definitely take you up on that if anything comes up. Thanks.
Alright, I'm gonna grab some food now.
Thanks for listening to me vent as always.
No problem. Later.
Hello? You awake? Olivia? Wake up, bum. Anyway, I have something really important to tell you. What's going on calling me this early? Did something happen? I'm actually on my way over there right now. What? Over where? What are you talking about? Duh, where else would over there mean? Well... Anyway, listen up. The thing is, I got divorced. Divorced? What on earth happened? Well, you see, I was messing around with this younger guy and my husband found out about it. What? I know. I actually have this cute younger boyfriend. But once my husband started working remotely from home, it got really hard for us to meet up at my place anymore. So we've been going out. Then one of his friends saw us. You were what? He's been coming over? Yeah, we've been together for about 2 years now. I even gave him a spare key. He started getting busy at work about a year ago. He kind of stopped seeing me. We couldn't be on the phone either, so I was really sad. That's why you started contacting me frequently about a year ago. It started the moment we moved out. I was actually wondering why. My husband was never giving me any attention. I was so bored. I finally got a chance to meet up with a boyfriend last week. But it had to be out of town since my husband was home working remote that day. Stupid me. I didn't think his friend would spot us together. This is pretty unbelievable. Even for you. What can I say? I caught feelings. Never thought it would lead to divorce though. I messed up. But honestly, I kinda wanted to split from my husband anyway. This boyfriend is way hotter, and he buys me way nicer things too. Did you see the designer bag he got me? My friends were so jealous. Lucas isn't here, so you might want to have a little fun. Are you seriously suggesting I cheat on him too since he's away? Well, why not? He's gone, right? No one has to know. Anyway, like I was saying, I ended up getting divorced. And since my boyfriend said I can't stay at his place yet, I was doing hotels for a bit. But that got boring living alone. And Mom and Dad said not to come back home for now either. So, mind if I crash at your place for a little while? Just until I get settled. Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? Just like what I said. I'm staying with you. Wait, what? You want to stay at my house? No way. I don't even remember giving you our new address. Well, duh. Where else would I go? You can't try and turn me away like that. Oh, and my luggage is scheduled to arrive there this afternoon. You have plenty of extra rooms in that huge mansion. Just put me up in one of those. No, that's not happening. I'm on my way from the hotel. I'll be there in a few hours. I haven't had breakfast yet, so make me something to eat. I'll see you later. What? I don't even live there anymore. Ugh, she's not picking up again. Oh my god. Hey, what the hell is this? Olivia, answer your damn phone already. Olivia! Hello, Grace. You finally answered. Finally? What's going on here? I'm at your place, but the gate won't open. I can't get in. Were you lying about living in that huge mansion? Where even are you right now? Calm down. Like I told you earlier, I don't live there anymore. You'll have to either go back to your parents' house or find another place to stay. No way! If I go home now, Mom and Dad will be furious at me. Plus, I've already told everyone I'd be living in that mansion. People would think I'm a liar if I can't get in. Just tell me where you are so I can come over, and you can open the gates. Hey, what the hell was that about? I went to your place and rang the doorbell. Then suddenly an alarm went off. It scared the crap out of me. Then these old people I didn't know came running out yelling, "This is our home, get out or we're calling the cops." They even threw salt at me to make me leave. Unbelievable. Well, of course. The idea of you trying to move in with me is absurd. Huh? How rude. And it turns out you were lying about living in that huge mansion, huh? There's no way an unemployed person like you could live alone in a place like that. Not only do you have no job, but you even lied about where you live. You're such a pretentious liar. I'm not being pretentious. I really did live there. If someone else is there now, then... Listen. Oh, I get it. Those were the servants. If you can afford live-in staff, then you could easily let me stay too. Servants? Yes, those must have been the mansion's servants. How dare they not let the lady of the house inside by orders of the hired help? Servants. No wealthy families use live-in staff anymore these days. I can't believe this. Since my stuff are arriving today, I have no choice but to keep watch nearby. They wouldn't accept my belongings and just left all of them on the streets. I got them all back in a hurry, but they had already poured salt all over it. Now I'm surrounded by cardboard boxes everywhere. That was such a disaster, wasn't it? Never mind that. Just let me into the house quickly. The salt poured earlier has made me all sticky and gross. Also, Tiara is here too, you know. Tiara? Yeah, my pet doggy. Before the divorce, I started keeping her since I thought I'd get lonely living alone. Oh, of course, I used my husband's credit card to buy her. Until the divorce papers were filed, we were still legally married, right? She's a chihuahua and just the cutest thing. It was tough keeping her quiet at the hotel. But she is so little, so I thought pet fees wouldn't apply. And a doggy would be perfect for a fancy mansion, don't you think? Oh, make sure to prepare a room for her too. Even if she's a pet, she's an important part of the family. Ugh, there are just too many things to comment on. Your husband must have really had it tough too. Anyway, you're not allowed in our house. Why not? For starters, make those servants apologize for sprinkling salt everywhere. You've been calling them servants this whole time, but they're actually my aunt and uncle. What? Aunt? Your aunt? Yes, my mother's younger sister and her husband. You made your aunt and uncle be your servants? Well, I can see calling elderly folks servants, but even that seems questionable. I don't think that's a good idea. No, why would you even think that? Well then, why are your aunt and uncle living in that house? It belongs to Lucas, right? That house you're so obsessed with actually belongs to my aunt and uncle. Huh? Then why were you living there? You started living there about a year ago, right? So I just assumed it was Lucas's place. My aunt and her husband had to leave the house for some reasons. I was in charge of the house for the year they were gone. What? I don't remember you ever mentioning that. But I did tell you. I said my aunt and uncle returned home 3 days ago, so I left the US in their stead. What? No way! You're not here anymore? That's right. Why? I'm going to Lucas's overseas work assignment location too. What? I never heard about that. I did tell you, clearly. Now that my aunt and uncle are back, I can go to Japan with Lucas. So I'm here with him. You're lying. So you're actually living together with him in that nice apartment of his? In Japan? That's right. Thank God I work from home, so I didn't have to quit my job. How about you try it? I don't know if you're capable of it though. What? Why is it always just about you? You lived in such a nice house. You had everything. But you betrayed your husband, so... Shut up. If that place isn't your home, then what am I supposed to do? I mean... I don't have anywhere else to live. I brought all my belongings thinking I could stay at your place. You could try renting an apartment. There are pet-friendly ones too if you look. I'm broke. My ex-husband took basically all my money as compensation money. And I only have about $50 left. I spent so much on the hotel too, so I'm almost out of savings. Oh my. Hey, Olivia? Yes? I'll admit that you working remotely is impressive, so I won't call you a bum housewife anymore. So, could you maybe lend me a little money? Just a bit? Please. We may be in-laws, but we're still sisters. You're the only one I can ask. I'm begging you for life. I beg you. Well... Yay! I'll have to refuse. Huh? Come on, normally it's unthinkable for someone to betray their husband, then impulsively get a dog out of loneliness, right? And if I lend you money, I'd be obliged to keep being involved with you regardless. What the hell? Hey, why don't you look for a living job instead? Even if you say that, I've never had a real job before, so I wouldn't know what to do. Oh, that's right. Introduce me to this remote work thing you do. Please. You're too much to handle. I hope you're able to find work somehow. Well then, goodbye. Wait, no. Olivia, please, don't abandon me. Hey! According to my in-laws, Grace was completely at a loss after the incident. Her unconventional thinking led her to show up at her younger boyfriend's house, with a marriage certificate declaring, "I'll become your wife." However, her younger boyfriend turned out to be already married. His wife came to the commotion at the front door and aggressively asked, "Who are you?" leading to a big outburst. The police were called, and my sister-in-law ended up going with them. My in-laws picked her up and took her back to their home. But my father-in-law has a severe dog allergy, so they wouldn't even let her cross the threshold with her dog. In the end, her ex-husband ended up keeping the dog. But on top of the compensation money, he also demanded reimbursement for the pet expenses. Apparently, my sister-in-law still owes about half of the compensation money. In addition to the pet costs, she had to pay it all back. She had no choice but to move to the countryside and got a job at some factory. Now she's working and crying in an environment where she doesn't know anyone, slowly paying back the debt. I hope she truly reflects and faithfully repays what she owes. Lucas and I are living happily together. There are some cultural adjustments from America, but sharing my days with my beloved is truly priceless. With no more contact from my sister-in-law, I can relax and enjoy life. This incident has made Lucas more attentive towards me, and I feel we can overcome anything together from now on. The one thing I am grateful to Grace for is making me realize that.
Hey, Julie, can we talk?
Hello, Mom. Sure. What about?
It's very important. It's about my son's inheritance.
Inheritance? We just finished Louis's funeral. You're already talking about inheritance?
Yes. You may not know this, but Louis must have left me quite a bit of money. I'm sure he was thinking about it so that I could live in peace in my old age. He must have thought of that. What a wonderful son.
He left you an inheritance for your retirement? I'm not sure about that.
But Julie, let me tell you something. I won't give you a single penny of Louis's inheritance, okay?
What?
There's no use in playing dumb. I know everything. You were just about to divorce Louis, weren't you?
Well, yes.
Then it's like you are a stranger. I would never give my son's inheritance to you, a stranger.
But Mom, have you heard about our reasons for getting divorced?
That's just because you're not good enough for my son, and that's why he wanted to dump you. So you have no right. We don't have money to give to a stranger.
I see.
Now, if you understand, get out of that house today.
Why?
Why not? The house you lived in with Louis, the house he built, is in my son's name. My son's house is as good as my house as his mother. There is also the matter of inheritance, and this is a definite matter. So from now on, I will live in that house. Leave all my son's things behind and leave today. And of course, take all the stuff with you.
Okay.
You wouldn't be so selfish not to leave, would you? If you were on the verge of divorce, you wouldn't have to stay in that house, am I right?
Well, that's... I guess yes.
Well then, goodbye.
The day after tomorrow is move-out day anyway. I don't mind if I leave.
Move-out day?
I'll talk to the real estate agent. You should vacate the house by the end of the day too. I'm sure they will give me some last time to soak in the memories of you and Louis.
What?
Hey, Julie. Thank you for everything at my brother's funeral. Hi, Becca. I heard that you got sick after the funeral. How are you feeling? Well, I took some time off work and resting now. But thanks to you, I'm feeling better now. I've been very busy with work recently, and I've been very tired. And then the funeral came along, so that's probably the cause.
I see. You really need to take a good rest.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for giving me a proper send-off despite everything that happened between you and my brother.
Don't worry about it, Becca.
By the way, I'm sorry about my mother.
What?
While I was sick, it seemed my mother made a terrible mistake and caused trouble. She kicked you out of the house and said she was going to live there herself, didn't she?
Yes. I guess she's probably at that house by now.
I knew it. She doesn't seem to have a clear understanding of inheritance. No matter how much I tried to explain it to her, she wouldn't listen to me. My father is having a hard time with this too.
Oh, really?
Julie, I'm sorry to bother you at this hour. Is it possible to meet with you now? I'd like to discuss the current situation, including my mother's, and discuss our future.
Sure. I'm staying at a hotel in front of the station tonight.
There's a coffee shop on the first floor of the hotel. How about we talk there? It's the Greenwoods Hotel at the north exit. Oh, that will be great. It's close to my house. I'll be right there. Julie, answer the phone. Hey, Mom. Sorry, I was on the train. What on earth is going on? About what? A real estate agent came to the house, and he wants to evict me as soon as possible. He said if I don't leave, he's going to sue me for squatting. I told you, didn't I? I told you that today is the day to vacate the house. I told you to vacate the house as well. You did? But I didn't hear that this house was in your name, and I can't believe it has already been sold. Oh, I guess Louis didn't tell you about it. Maybe he was going to tell you after everything was done. He didn't tell me anything. What the hell is going on? You heard that Louis and I were just about to get divorced. What does that have to do with anything? I don't think it has anything to do with the house. Actually, the reason I want a divorce is because of Louis's infidelity. Huh? Louis was having an affair? No way! Yes, that's why I asked for alimony from him. Louis says he can't pay because he has no money. No way! Louis worked for a big company. He must have had a good amount of savings. Yes, he used to have a good amount of savings, but he paid so much money to his side chick. Until a year ago, we had nearly $200,000 in our savings, but now it's less than $500. $200,000 to $500? Actually, this is not only Louis's savings, but also our joint savings account. In other words, he used my money without my permission. Well, I wanted to ask him to pay back the money, but I understand that he can't pay for everything, and I just wanted to cut off ties after the divorce. As a result of our discussion, I received the car, the house, and the furniture and appliances in the house as alimony. At that time, I changed the name of the house and sold the whole house to a real estate agent. How could you? The real estate agent kindly waited for us to move out until after Louis's funeral. That's terrible. This house is like a memento of my son. How can you sell it off without a second thought? Don't you have a heart? Why are you blaming me? It's his fault that things turned out this way. In the first place, he should not have cheated on me. If he hadn't, he wouldn't have spent all his money like that and gone broke. And he wouldn't have had to give up the house, car, furniture, and appliances as alimony. I get it. So the woman who stole Louis from you is to blame for all this. I can't believe she tricked my son into giving her all the money. Who the hell is she? At least, I need to make one complaint to feel satisfied. Oh, that woman? You know her very well, right? Huh? Who? It's Hannah. What? I guess it was last year, right? You told your son that I wasn't suitable as a wife. You introduced your friend's daughter to Louis as a potential new wife, right? They've been in a relationship ever since. No way! I just wanted you to be more solid as a wife. I thought that if I brought a young, attractive woman to him, you would realize that you need to change, you know? Sounds like you just wanted to harass me. Oh no, it's not like that. And I didn't expect Louis to be serious about her. But as it turns out, you made Louis cheat. And then, you seem to have misunderstood something about inheritance. Louis didn't leave any kind of will, so in this case, the legal heirs has the right to inherit. I know that. That's why I'm saying I, his mother, have the right. I'm sorry to say this, but in this case, the only one who falls under the legal heir is the wife, Me. What? Why? I'm his biological mother. I mean, this is connected to what I was saying earlier. Louis has nothing that can be called an inheritance. What? All of his lifetime savings were used for Hannah. His remaining cash and deposits are almost zero. Zero? I've done my research and there was nothing. No way. If you doubt me, I can show you the bank books and all the other evidence. If you want, I can put you in front of a lawyer and we can go over it thoroughly. Okay, that's enough. I see. Then please leave the house today. Oh no, this can't be. Julie? I just went to your parents' house and found a total stranger living there. Our family moved out 6 months ago. What? You didn't know? I think my parents told you about it. What? So why did you decide to go to my parents' house? Maybe you're looking for me, but I'm not at my parents' house, okay? It's too far away from my workplace. Then where are you now? Tell me. I'm temporarily staying with a relative. Relative's house? Where is it? I will go there now. Just tell me. I won't tell you. We are no longer related, remember? Not related? You married my son. Even if Louis passed away, it doesn't change the fact that you married into our family. You must support me. No, there is no such law. However, I've already filed for a legal separation with the authorities. What? What does that mean? It means I've officially severed all legal ties with my deceased spouse's blood relatives. Now that means we are legally disassociated. We are strangers. What? That's why I am not obligated to tell a stranger my parents' current address. I am also under no obligation to support you as a stranger. Then what am I supposed to do now? Who is going to support me when my son is gone? Oh yeah, your husband divorced you, didn't he? How did you know about that? I've heard a lot about you from Becca. Louis's death was caused by a car accident. Hannah was a passenger in the car at the time, right? They went on a road trip behind my back, and they got into an accident. Hannah only suffered minor injuries. So if only Louis hadn't cheated on me, he might still be alive today. However, the person he was having an affair with was the person you introduced to Louis, and the reason for the introduction was to harass me. Naturally, your husband and Becca know everything about it. I heard that he was furious and decided to divorce you, and Becca also decided to cut off ties with you, right? I never thought it would come to this. I certainly didn't expect it to end this way. In the first place, introducing another woman to your son who is married is insane, isn't it? You encouraged your son's infidelity. I think you deserved it. Hey, help me out here. What? I have nowhere to go. My husband has left me, and my daughter has left me. My parents' house is gone, and I have no parents or siblings. You are the only one I can rely on. I'm the mother of the man to whom you married once. I told you earlier that we are legally disassociated. I don't care about the law. I think we can get along just because I am Louis's mother. Let's continue to live together as mother and daughter and get along well with each other. Excuse me? Did you forget that I was hurt by Louis's betrayal and was working on a divorce? What? You also repeatedly harassed me. I don't want you to be involved anymore. Oh no. Have you forgotten the debt of gratitude you owe me for accepting you as my son's wife? You have no one else to turn to, so help me as an ex-wife. I can't. Why not? It's just too much for me to handle on a physical level. What? I don't want to see your face or hear your voice anymore. I will block you now. Goodbye. Darlene searched everywhere for me, even going to my uncle and his wife's house where I used to live. However, my uncle blackmailed her and she turned blue and ran away. After that, I thought she understood her position, but she barged into Hannah's house. I had already received a solid alimony payment from her, so I had no intention of taking revenge on her. But Darlene must not have been satisfied with her feelings. She went on a rampage, screaming that she did not receive her son's inheritance because of Hannah. The situation escalated, requiring police intervention. I wanted to tell her that it was all her fault in the first place. In the end, she was sued for damages. She started working part-time to pay the damages, and she has been working from morning till night. She thought she'd be able to live a comfortable retirement with her son's inheritance, but now she has to live the opposite life. This is exactly what she deserves, right?
Hello, Linda. Thank you for your help at our wedding last week. Oh, Patricia? You're alive? You disappeared for about a week, so I thought you went to the other side. Actually, I almost died. It seems like God didn't abandon me, though. It was a once-in-a-lifetime grand stage, but it turned out like that. Really terrible. Excuse me? We were the ones who had a tough time. The wedding was cancelled after you collapsed. It was really tough time for us. That's right. A bride collapsing from acute alcohol intoxication at her wedding. Even the wedding staff said it was unprecedented. The staff at the wedding hall, too. My son and all the guests. You caused trouble for everyone and ruined the ceremony. You should reflect on your actions. I apologize to everyone for causing trouble, but it was you who made me drink a lot of alcohol, right? Oh my God! Are you saying it's my fault? How rude! You were intolerant to alcohol, so isn't it your fault for forcing yourself to drink? I don't know if you were in high spirits at the wedding, but you should know your limits. I know that I can't tolerate alcohol, so I decided to have a non-alcoholic beer for the first toast. I made sure to arrange to get me non-alcoholic drinks after the toast. I persistently reminded the staff at the venue. But on the day of the wedding, my beer was replaced by a regular beer with alcohol. Huh? Is that so? Did the wedding staff make a mistake? I don't think so. You know something, don't you? Are you trying to say that I switched the beers? You were excessively trying to make me drink beer at that time, weren't you? It's a wedding, so drink more. I don't know if you'll need to be rushed to the hospital, though. Didn't you say that? By the time I realized something was wrong, my consciousness had already become clouded. I couldn't figure out the truth at that time. Now that I think about it, it's all too suspicious. I didn't know from the start that you can't tolerate alcohol at all. I had no idea that the alcohol in your glass had been switched. I just offered you the alcohol that was on your seat. What's so suspicious about me? Then, why did you say you wouldn't know if I were rushed to the hospital? There was no reason for me to be rushed to the hospital. I've only heard stories of brides fainting from overwhelming happiness at weddings. A daughter from a poor family like yours, whose parents are a low-class office worker, to marry Louis, the son of a very prestigious and elite family. It must be such an overwhelmingly joyful honor that you'd faint with happiness. I see. By the way, how is Louis doing? I was in the hospital for a week, and he hasn't come to see me even once. Maybe he's busy dealing with relatives and the ceremony. Oh, my son's fine. He's resting at home right now. He's been busy cleaning up the mess that you made. I'm gonna make his favorite food today, and we are going to have a party. A party? It's an end of engagement party for you and Luis. End of engagement? What are you talking about? What do you mean by end of engagement party? Well, I mean exactly what I said. A woman who collapses at the wedding and caused so much trouble and then suspects her mother-in-law of being the culprit. You are not worthy to be the wife of my family. Wait a minute. It's true that we are planning to submit the marriage registration after the ceremony, so we weren't officially married yet. Breaking off the engagement over something like this is outrageous, right? In the first place, there's no way Luis would agree to it. Of course Luis agrees with me. From the very beginning, I was against my son marrying a poor woman like you. He insisted, so I reluctantly accepted it. I'm glad he came to his senses after seeing what a jerk you've been this time. I know you have been against our marriage for a long time, but Luis told me that he doesn't care about my family background or your opinion. He even said he prepared to sever ties with his family to be with me. There's no way that Luis would agree to break off our engagement. Are you doing something behind it? You switched my beard to make Luis and I break up, didn't you? Do you have any proof that I did it? I have no proof. You really are a rude woman to suspect someone without any proof. Now I feel more and more to not let you marry my son. We can put the marriage on hold for now. I just got out of the hospital, so I'm going to look into things now. I'll contact Luis and ask him directly. Do whatever you want, but don't get your hopes up. Luis dumped you, okay? Accept the reality now. Luis, I'm finally out of the hospital. I'd like to ask you something. Now what? Shut up, you low-minded person who can't even properly hold a wedding. We are having family time with Mom and Dad right now. Low-minded? You weren't someone who would say such things. What did your mother tell you? You're the one who told me all that stuff. You lied to me a lot. You're truly the worst kind of woman. I never lied to you about anything. What are you talking about? Shut up. Stop pretending to be innocent like that. Collapsing at the wedding is quite a creative idea, isn't it? Did you think everyone would pay attention to you and feel sorry about you? What are you really saying? I'm sorry for collapsing, being hospitalized, and causing trouble for everyone. I'm grateful that you explained things to everyone. Shut up! I knew what my mom said was true. What? From the beginning, all you ever cared about was my family's fortune. You fell ill at the wedding, and you were going to show off your infirmity and live without working after marriage, right? You thought you could beg money from my parents and live off them, huh? I knew it. People from poor families think dirty. What are you talking about? I never thought like that. It's true that your father is an executive of a big company and my father is just an office worker. There's a difference in family background, but I don't care about that. You said you would make me happy for the rest of my life. And we talked about becoming independent from your family after marriage and building our home together with both of us working, right? I was a fool then. I fell hook, line, and sinker for your acting. I even doubted Mom, who saw through the truth and warned me. I almost married you without believing her. I'm glad you did something stupid at the wedding. Explaining to relatives and the venue was tough, but I'm glad I don't have to marry you. What? Do you really believe in what your mother said? You were with me when I was discussing the idea of making all the drinks non-alcoholic because I can't tolerate alcohol, right? Despite that, my beer was switched to alcoholic without my knowledge. Don't you think something is strange? I don't think so. You switched it out yourself, didn't you? Even during the ceremony, I was right next to you the whole time. And even before that, I was so busy getting dressed and stuff, I didn't have time to switch. Besides, you saw your mother trying to force me to drink beer, didn't you? What? Are you trying to tell me that my mother switched the beer? I think there's a high possibility of that. You've got to be kidding me. Mom was always worried about you even after you collapsed. At first, she was against the marriage because of your family background. But right before the wedding, she gave her blessing and said she was looking forward to it. Really? That's news to me. I thought she had been against our marriage from the beginning until now. She's been pushing me to call off the engagement for a while now. She said you agreed with that too. You're saying it's all my mom's fault when you intentionally drink alcohol? I can't believe you. It's only natural to break off the engagement with such a wicked woman. Mom was willing to welcome you as a daughter-in-law, and you betrayed her. I see. I get it now. We are not on the same page at all, and there's no point in explaining it to you any further. I'm done. I tried to love you regardless of your family background. I'm disappointed that you betrayed me like this. I'm disappointed too. Oh yeah? Disappointed because you won't get dad and mom's money. Someone poor and low-minded like you should stay poor for life. I'm sure you won't find anyone else once I dumped you. At best, you'll live on the bottom with your poor family. I didn't think you were such scum. It's a good thing we never got married. Well, goodbye. Don't ever show your face again. Of course, that's my intention. If you show up, someone scarier than me will go. Huh? Hey, what do you mean? Hey, Patricia! Linda? You know, you are not my mother-in-law anymore. What on earth do you have to call me for? Explain what's going on. There are about 10 scary-looking guys in front of my house. They're all shouting my name at the door. Oh, I see. That sounds scary. Don't play dumb. You did this, right? They are saying something about the wedding. It wasn't me. Well, I can't say I have no idea. What? Don't hold it back. Tell me quickly. Even if I told you, there's nothing you can do about it. Apologizing won't help. Many people are even angrier than I am about the wedding. I'm sure those guys got together for their own good. So, you know who they are? Probably they're brothers of my mother. Huh? Brothers? There are too many of them. I don't believe you. Well, I mean they're not real brothers. Those people are my mother's old friends. Your mother? I thought she was a housewife. How can she be friends with people like them? She's a housewife now, but when she was young, she was a famous gang member. After starting a family with my dad, she left the gang, but she still has numerous brothers. When she says one word, about 10 of them fly in instantly. Then they were sent by your mother, weren't they? Tell them to go home now. Oh no, that's impossible. Why not? Tell your mother to stop this. I mean, you're the one who told your mom to do this. My mother is doing all this voluntarily. She has a principle that her daughter should not be involved in such rough stuff. Rough stuff? What are they gonna do to me? They've been kicking and slamming my front door. They're really violent. My mother was furious when she heard I was forced to drink beer at the wedding. She investigated various things using connections with people at the wedding. It turns out that someone had switched out my beer. They caught her on the security camera in the kitchen of the wedding hall. This person was almost sending me to the afterlife, and my mother wanted to make her pay for her actions. I heard she was seriously furious. I felt sorry for the suspect because she was about to get roughed up. I knew it was you, Linda. It wasn't me. Hurry up and make them leave. And you didn't just swap the non-alcoholic for regular beer. Come to think of it, no matter how weak I am with alcohol, one beer is not fatal for me. It's just too strange. Linda, you mixed vodka in my beer, didn't you? I am not a regular drinker, so I didn't notice the strange taste right away. A stranger entered the kitchen, which is only open to staff, and put some foreign substances in the drink they were serving. This is a serious matter for the venue. Moreover, after I collapsed, you told all my relatives about the incident. After that, relatives who like to gossip similar to you seem to have leaked it to the media. The venue, which wanted to settle things quietly, had no choice but to make an official announcement. Everyone holds a grudge against you. What? No way! Why me? It's not my fault. The proof is already up. You planned this to prevent Louis and me from getting married, didn't you? Not only you switched the drinks, but you also lied to Louis. I'm sure you must have been very happy that it worked out so well. But every bad thing has to come out sooner or later. You're the one who's at fault. Despite being from a lower-class family, you dared to pursue marriage with your dear son. Your lack of understanding of social status is the problem. You seem to be very proud of your social status, but if you become a criminal, it will affect your husband's work, right? I'm not a criminal. I collapsed from acute alcohol intoxication due to the alcohol you concocted. I was on the verge of life and death. This is a serious attempt murder. All right, I apologize for putting you in the hospital. Do you want alimony? Then I'll pay you whatever you want. So get them away from me. I'm desperately barricading myself in right now. The door is about to break down. You're the one who will be hospitalized. Nobody can stop my angry mother. You'd better not resist in vain. If things get out of hand, she might end up laying hands on your husband and Louis, you know. Oh no! Oh, the barricade! It's breaking! Patricia, it was Mom who was lying. Everything was set up by Mom to stop our marriage. I'm sorry I doubted you. Hey, let's start over. Let's register our marriage now, okay? Marry the son of a criminal? Don't make me laugh. I'm sure you contacted me in a panic after Linda was taken away. I don't have any feelings for you anymore. Don't say that. We promised to cut ties with my family if things got tough and build our own family, right? My dad's in some kind of trouble with some people at work, and it seems really, really bad. I think I should get out of the house and be with you while I still can. So, please do me a favor. The only person you hold a grudge against is my mom, right? You still love me, right? Right? you serious? You never once came to visit me while I was in the hospital, and even after I got out of the hospital, you didn't trust me. And you said a lot of things about me and my family, like we are poor, low class, and so on. That's because my mother lied to me. Even so, I wouldn't want to be with someone who can abuse others with such foul language. At that point, all my feelings for you are gone. I'm really glad I didn't marry you. Oh no! So, goodbye. Oh, and when Linda comes back, please tell her that I'll charge her as much as I want for alimony. Linda was given a harsh lesson by the man my mom sent, and she came home regretting all the things she had done. After that, based on the evidence my mother found, I filed charges against Linda for attempted murder. Naturally, I also demanded alimony. It seems Linda intended to rely on her husband's money to pay compensation. But because of the incident, she was forced to divorce her husband and she was unable to pay. So, one of my mother's brother introduced Linda to a job. And now she's working live-in jobs, paying off the compensation. Even after that, Luis persistently tried to reconcile with me. But after my mother's brother went to greet him, he never contacted us again.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.